So Deagen, end of race one at Thruxton, P15 after starting in the pit lane. It was a good comeback, but still, unfortunately, with the penalty, no points.
Yeah, it's a bit gutting today, obviously, starting from the pit lane, and I think we could have actually got into the points top 10 today, but obviously, well, when you start from the pit lane, you can't go until the last car on the grid overtakes you past the pit lane, and I saw everyone up in front, and I was just like, why can't I go? And then there was just a guy that was stalled, so it set us back quite a big distance away from the actual group that were fighting into turn 3, and then we caught. I was able to catch up and get some good manoeuvres done, and then we had a little bit of a step back because a driver went around the outside at the chicane and just had a little moment going into the left, and that just I just didn't want to think anything of it and just backed out and took the escape route, and that just lost all my momentum, getting overtaken by all the cars that I actually made up, and then I had to do it all over again, and then the safety car come out, and I thought, we're in an alright position here, we can obviously get a few more moves done, and then it was checker flag, and I was a bit gutted about that because I think we could have actually scored some points today. But obviously it's a confidence boost going into tomorrow. I think we've shown good pace over the 2 days really, and actually getting some overtakes done in that last one quite cleanly and safely. Hopefully we can bring that into tomorrow, into both races tomorrow.
And when you were moving up the order, where were you making the moves out there?
It's a high-speed circuit, so you get quite a lot of slipstream on the back straights, and I was able to pull a nice one into Goodwood up the inside of someone at Goodwood. Definitely into the first complex, you can either go up the inside or the outside, and then you've got the inside for turn 4. So you can actually, it's a good place to actually make some overtakes, and good position. Well, you can position yourself well, and because it's quite wide, it's a good one to actually race against others on track.
And how tricky was it with the dirty air up there and such little downforce as well? There wasn't too many moves up front, so did you find it tricky to pass?
I didn't find it that tricky to pass, but the dirty air at Church is really bad. Like, I thought I was going to just keep it on the track, and then all of a sudden the car just throws it off to the left, and I had to just take the extra bit of tarmac that was on the left hand side. No grass, nothing. It was just it would have been pinged for a track limit by a person that's on the side. I forgot their name, but obviously that's learning, and it didn't happen again, and I was able to position myself every time after being behind someone into Church quite well, and I think that was the only place that was actually a really big one to like worry about was Church, and maybe a bit of Goodwood because you get a bit of understeer, but if you can actually position yourself quite well, it's quite nice, and you can actually get a good run on the driver up ahead, and then obviously challenging to Goodwood, and then you've got the long run up to the chicane. But obviously it was quite good fun, but I think it could have been a better race.
And there's such little downforce here, so do you have to change your driving style compared to other tracks like Snet and Donington? And how different is the braking technique as well?
No, not really. It's you think you might have quite low grip and low downforce, but these cars are actually really good to handle, and they're fantastic things to actually race wheel to wheel with people when it's right. You don't really have to change up your driving technique too much. You just have to try to position the driver in front of you into the place you want him to be, and then you can make the positions from that.
And what are you expecting tomorrow with the reverse grid in race 2 and then race 3 as well?
So the reverse grid tomorrow, I think I'm going to be mid-pack, so probably like 12th, 13th, I'm not too sure yet. I think we can get into the points quite nicely there, but I think we can actually challenge to the front. Thruxton's a circuit where you can probably actually do last or first if you was actually quite skillful and just patient with it all. And then starting 9th in race 3, race 2 tomorrow. I think we can do some good racing with the top boys, really, because we're going to be wheel to wheel everywhere. So it's going to be a good one to watch and re-watch after the weekend. And I think hopefully it plans out well and we can get a top 5, and I'll be happy with that. But a podium would be over the moon with.
Thanks so much.
Thank you very much. Good to see you this weekend.
Great.